Once upon a time there was a happy little bunny named Hoppity. Hoppity loved exploring the meadow near his burrow and looking for delicious carrots to eat. One bright sunny morning, Hoppity decided to venture farther into the meadow than he had ever gone before. The grass was taller and he had to hop very high to see over it. After hopping for a while, the meadow ended and Hoppity found himself at the edge of a dark forest. The forest looked spooky. The trees were very tall and their branches blocked out the sun. Hoppity hesitated. Mother Bunny had warned him never to go into the forest. But Hoppity was curious. What adventures might be waiting for him? Hoppity took a deep breath and bounced into the forest. At first, all Hoppity could see were trees, trees, and more trees. But soon the trees began to thin out and Hoppity found himself in a sunny clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a tiny house with a colorfully painted door. Hoppity hesitated again. Should he knock? Just then, the door creaked open. "Well, are you coming in or not?" said a voice from inside the house. Hoppity jumped. He slowly made his way to the door and peered inside. Sitting at a small table was a woman in a tall pointed hat. She had glasses perched on her long nose and a kindly smile. "Don't be afraid, little bunny. My name is Hazel, the Good Witch of the Woods," she said. "Please, do come in." Reassured by her friendly voice, Hoppity hopped into the cozy cottage. Hazel poured tea and offered Hoppity a plate of carrot cookies. "Now, what brings you all the way out here, little friend?" asked Hazel. Hoppity told her about wanting to explore beyond the meadow. Hazel nodded. "An adventurous spirit. I knew we would get along." The witch told Hoppity magical stories about the forest and its many creatures. Hoppity listened with wide eyes. He was beginning to realize the forest was not spooky, but full of wonder. Hazel looked out the window at the setting sun. "My goodness, it's getting late. You should be getting home, little bunny." Hoppity didn't want to leave his new friend, but he knew Mother Bunny would worry. Hazel packed up some of the carrot cookies in a basket. "Come visit again soon," she said, hugging him. She waved as Hoppity headed happily back through the forest. Hoppity found his way out of the forest and back to the meadow just as the last light was fading from the sky. Mother Bunny ran out to meet him. "Where have you been all day, Hoppity?" she cried. Hoppity told her all about his new friend Hazel and the magical forest. Mother Bunny frowned. "The forest is dangerous, Hoppity. I don't want you going back there again." But Hoppity knew the forest held no danger, only wonder and adventure. The next morning, despite Mother Bunny's warnings, Hoppity headed straight back to the forest to visit Hazel. She was waiting for him by her cottage door. "Hoppity, you came back," she said, giving him a hug. "Ready for more magical adventures today?" "Oh yes," said Hoppity eagerly. First Hazel showed Hoppity her garden filled with magical vegetables and flowers. She gave him a juicy plump carrot right out of the ground. Later, they sat by a babbling brook and Hazel taught Hoppity spells to talk to the fish and frogs. By the end of the day, Hoppity had learned so much magic. Hazel packed up more treats and sent Hoppity home with a new spell book for beginners. Many more magical days followed for the two new friends. Each day Hoppity hurried to Hazel's cottage to learn new spells and explore the forest's wonders. One sunny afternoon, Hoppity was on his way to visit Hazel when he heard crying. Following the sound, he found a little girl in a blue dress, lost and sobbing in the woods. "Little girl, why are you crying?" asked Hoppity. "I'm lost," she wailed. "I was picking flowers and wandered too far into the forest. Now I can't find my way home." Hoppity wanted to help. He closed his eyes and recalled the magic spells Hazel had taught him. Moving his nose in a circle just like Hazel showed him, he cast a locating spell. Suddenly he knew exactly which path would lead the girl out of the forest. "Follow me this way," Hoppity told the little girl, hopping down a narrow forest path. It twisted and turned, but finally they emerged from the trees near a small village. "My home," cried the little girl joyfully. "Thank you, magical bunny." She hugged him tightly, then ran off to her cottage at the village's edge. Hoppity smiled, proud he was able to use Hazel's magic to help. But when Hoppity got to Hazel's cottage, the old witch looked worried. "You used magic today?" she asked. Hoppity told her about rescuing the lost girl. "You helped her find home, that is good. But you must be very careful using what you have learned," said Hazel. "Magic is powerful and can also be dangerous in the paws of a beginner." Hoppity's ears drooped. He didn't realize magic could be dangerous. He promised Hazel he would be more careful. The next day, when Hoppity went to see Hazel, she decided he was ready for the next magic lesson. She gave him a beautiful silver wand with a shiny star on the end. "This wand will help focus your magic," she explained. They practiced simple spells together. Hoppity was able to make objects float through the air with swishes of the wand. He begged to learn more advanced magic. But Hazel said, "Magic takes time and practice. Don't be in such a hurry, young one." Though he wanted to do big spells right away, Hoppity listened to the wise witch. Each day they worked on small new charms and spells together. His magic was improving little by little. Then one day, Hazel said, "I think you're ready to unlock this wand's full power. To do that, you must go on a quest to free the wand's magic." "A magical quest?" Excited, Hoppity asked, "What do I need to do?" "Deep in the forest is a talking oak tree, bound by the chains of an evil sorcerer. You must take your wand there and help free the tree. Only then will its true magic be unlocked." Hoppity excitedly hopped off, following the path Hazel told him would lead to the talking oak. When he reached it, the tree was bent and sagging under the weight of its chains. "Help me, please," the tree said in a croaking voice. "If you break these chains, I'll unlock the power in your wand." Hoppity swished his wand at the chains, but nothing happened. The spell he needed was too advanced. But Hoppity would not give up. He thought hard, then remembered Hazel's lessons. Magic came from within, not just the wand. Taking a deep breath, Hoppity focused all his energy on the old oak tree. He felt his magic swell up from his heart and whoosh down his arm. The wand began to glow brightly. With a giant snap, the chains broke and fell off the oak. "You did it," the tree cried. Its leaves looked greener, its branches uncrooked themselves. "Your magic is now unlocked, little bunny." It waved its branches, and from the wand's stars shot rainbow-colored sparks. Hoppity thanked the oak and hurried to tell Hazel about unlocking his wand. But when he arrived at Hazel's cottage, it was empty. A note on the door said, "Called away on urgent witch's business. We will have more adventures soon." Though disappointed, Hoppity knew Hazel was still his friend. And now with his full magic unlocked, he couldn't wait for their next lesson.